Welcome to Discover East County, where we walk the paths of hardworking folks who share the stories of their lives and businesses. I'm your host, Valley, and today I'm with Brandi Terra. You own Oakenstone Wellness, and actually, you're local. You're in East County. So I kind of want to talk about your location so people know and are aware of where you are.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah. So I'm actually in El Cajon. I just moved to a larger location. So I was off of West Main Street, just in El Cajon, and wanted a bigger space. We've been really growing and expanding. So I'm off of Las Cochas exit. So right off the 8, right off the freeway. So very convenient. And that's
Yeah.
really what I wanted.
Yeah, I love that. And that's a cool building. It's over there kind of behind this by the Starbucks, right?
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
right next to like 619 Muscle
Mm-hmm.
and Human Elite Gym. And
Okay.
there's a lash studio. So yeah, there's lots of stuff going on across from Starbucks.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what Oakenstone is and what you guys do.
Yeah, so Oakenstone really started with aesthetics, and I really wanted to do more than just aesthetics. I wanted to do holistic functional medicine, kind of looking more at like the entire body. I feel like I started as a nurse practitioner and doing internal medicine. And I did that for 4 years, and I had about 150 patients I would see a month.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just really getting like monotonous and just overwhelmed. And so I started with aesthetics, which was really fun. But I knew that there was like a piece of the puzzle with medicine that was missing, especially in East County. I wanted to kind of bring that to East County. And what functional medicine does differently is that conventional medicine is just truly looking at someone, identifying symptoms, giving them a diagnosis, and then slapping on some medications.
Yeah.
And so for me, I knew that that wasn't what I wanted as a patient. So I knew that that's probably majority of patients weren't really happy with that outcome. So I really just decided that I wanted to bring functional medicine to East County.
Yeah.
So what that means is that I get to know the patient, figure out what's going on with them, listen to them. So you're not getting like a 10-minute visit with me. You're getting like 60 minutes, 90 minutes, depending on what we're doing. And we get to the root of the problem. So identifying why this is happening, where it's coming from, doing lots of specialty testing, focusing on metabolic health, hormone health, really doing a deep dive, comprehensive look, and just identifying what's going on, really listening, because a lot of identifying is symptom based. So like listening is so important, and identifying what's going on is so important. So I get to do that, and I like love it, because I really kind of geek out on all the numbers and all the symptoms and finding the puzzle pieces.
And it comes from a background, a story that you had personally, and where your medical journey took you personally, correct?
Yeah, so I was actually diagnosed with cancer. I found the tumor at 39 weeks pregnant, and then got diagnosed a few weeks later. And my doctor basically said, really, the only thing we have for you is radiation and oral chemo. And if you Googled my cancer, it literally said I had 18 months to live. And I had a 3-year-old and a newborn. So I was like, well, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I just did a deep dive into research, and I had basically 5 doctors from all over the nation kind of jumping into my care. And I loved grabbing a little bit of advice from each provider, and decided what I was and wasn't going to do. And my original doctor, like primary oncologist, was offended that I was getting second and third and fourth opinions. And I said, I have a newborn at home and a 3-year-old. So I want you to put yourself in my shoes and tell me that you wouldn't be searching for answers. And he was like, okay, you're right. So I think it's so important that patients know they have a voice and that they need to be advocates for themselves. And so I like to kind of be able to remind my patients of that. But then I also like to be the person that tells them, like, I'm here to listen. We're going to fix you. We're going to get you feeling better. I'm sorry that your doctor wouldn't order labs, but I'm going to order those labs. Or I'm sorry your doctor wouldn't listen to you on this, but like, I'm going to listen. So I like take so much pride in that, but also it comes from a place where I felt the same way. I felt like I was being unheard, or kind of pinholed into a situation where the doctor at UCSD, the first thing she said to me when I met her, this was the oncologist with my newborn baby, literally said, do you have an advance directive? And I was like, I'm not dying today. So like, that's not your first question.
Yeah.
So it really does come from a place of passion. And I like know that we needed something like this in East County,
Mm-hmm.
selfishly for myself and my family and my friends. But I like love doing it. So it's really fun.
So just practically, because I want to give people ideas of why that your services are for them. So
Yeah.
something I was thinking of when you were talking is like I've heard a lot of people say they have they need to do a parasite cleanse, and that's what they assume is the issue,
Yeah.
and then they do all these like what they just
Sure.
drink like grapefruit juice for like
Yeah.
6 days straight.
Yeah.
Or me personally, like I'm 41 and I've had eczema flare ups that I've never had in my entire life. And so I'm like, it's coming from something.
Yeah.
And so what was I Googling, ChatGPTing, and
Sure.
I ended up complaining to a hairdresser, and she's like, you need to stop touching your face. I guess that was like, I was bringing toxins to my
Sure.
face. But that's not always it.
Yeah.
There's all other underlying things, and going to like my primary care is not going to solve the problems. They're just going to give me, what did they give me? Steroids.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me psycho,
Yeah.
so I had to stop
Yeah.
taking them, and it didn't cure what was going on. I still have flare ups.
Yeah.
So
And you probably gained some weight.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
people like that are dealing with just other things that,
Yeah.
feel like imbalanced to like, hormonally or something like that. Are those things that you guys go over?
Absolutely. And it's really hard right now, especially with social media, because there's so many influencers out there saying, like, do this parasite cleanse, do this, try this. And so I can definitely advise, like, working with a professional licensed provider is so important. I do think Instagram is amazing for a tool, but I don't think it should be like your medical advice tool. But absolutely. I mean, as far as being 41 and having flares of eczema or psoriasis or whatever it might be, a lot of these things are going to be hormone related. And we don't really know that because it's such a broad thing that could be happening. It could be night sweats, it could be hot flashes, hair loss, like not being able to lose weight, low libido, like all these things that people don't necessarily know are impacted by estrogen dominance or progesterone deficiency, those sorts of things. But there's also so much to be learned about the gut. I mean, the gut is like literally the core of our immune system. And
Yeah.
so if something's not agreeing with you, maybe you have some food sensitivities that aren't working in your favor, that can mess up your gut microbiome. Then we've got leaky gut, dysbiosis, and then you've got hormone imbalance. And I mean, there's just like,
I mean, I
it's
feel like
so
everybody
much.
has some of that. Everybody's got a little
Yeah.
bit of some of that. So
Yeah.
it's like you can really benefit out of just getting, if you're feeling like, hey, I'm not feeling like myself, I want to get things checked out, it's a great idea to come in and run things by you and get like true, honest answers. I remember
Yeah.
driving to like Del Mar from Lakeside to get this kind of treatment, and they ended up doing like acupuncture, and I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this is it.
I know. I mean, my husband calls it snake oil, some
Yeah.
of it. And I think some of it can be.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
So it is really fun to use like the specialty testing to identify what's going on. Because, for example, like I had a complex case on Monday, and it was like this patient has a food sensitivity to milk, and she didn't know it. And so then she's also being diagnosed with leaky gut and dysbiosis. And so we're treating all those things. But then you have to consider, okay, we want to be using all of these things to treat her gut, but you have to start slow.
Yeah.
You can't go at the gut with the kitchen sink because
Yeah.
it will exacerbate things and make things worse. So when you're prescribing these supplements or probiotics, you have to make sure that it doesn't have dairy in it. So there's like so many pieces of the puzzle to ensure that people can heal and feel better and get control of their health and not have to go to a primary care. And being able to get patients off of their statins and their antihypertensives is so rewarding. And by being able to do it with maybe some GLPs or some peptides and nutrition plans and detoxing and all those things, it's just really fun to be able to teach people like you actually don't have to be on these medications that are making you feel like crap.
Yeah, and I feel like as peptides become more popular, there's more people selling them. And I just think that it's important that you go to a facility, but especially with your background, because these places, some of them they're like diluted, or they're not even what they say they are. So it's just to be like cautionary of going somewhere that you trust that actually has something to lose if something were to work
Absolutely.
out. Tell me more about the business. I know you said the location moved. what are your hours? How does somebody book with you?
Yeah, so you can book on my website.
Mhm.
You can also message our business line. You can message us on Instagram. We all have everything that kind of goes into a landing page, and we're able to respond. Our office can do it that way. Um, I what was the other
What
questions?
your hours?
Oh, hours. Pretty much Monday through Friday. Thursday mornings are like admin days. So
Mm.
we're pretty much like 9 to 6:30 on Mondays and Tuesdays, just because I do try to cater to the patients that are working like 9 to 5.
Oh
So
yeah.
teachers or people, I do have some patients that come from like LA and things like that. So my later days are Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're pretty much open normal hours.
Mm-hmm.
I do work weekends by appointment only for
Oh, okay.
patients that are traveling from
Yeah.
out of town or, yeah.
So where do you see your business? Like, what's your what do you where do you want to be? Let's say 5 years from now. What's your projection?
Yes, I feel like I want to save the world and it's just me and I really don't want to hire.
Yeah.
I want to stay independent because I just love my patients and being in the new location, everyone asks me, "Are you going to hire? It's like
Mm-hmm.
so big in here." And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't really want to.
Yeah.
So like as far as I can stay independent and just
Mm-hmm.
have some administrative staff and front desk staff, I'd really like to be um, independent as long as I can. But as far as growth, I really do want to be impactful. We're bringing on functional oncology this year.
Oh,
And so that alone will be its own endeavor.
I love
And
that.
so bringing on EBU and lots of other like modalities to help treat with functional oncology. We're already doing high dose vitamin C and ozone and lots of things. So there's probably going to be growth a lot in that
Mm-hmm.
area, and I will have to bring on some other nurses or NPs. But I think my mind wants me to grow in so many different directions:
Yeah.
hormones, functional medicine, cancer. I just think I have to keep it,
Yeah.
keep it capable.
Yeah. Not overwhelm yourself.
Yeah.
I feel so lucky to have a service like you provide in East County. Like this is people. You just said somebody drives from LA. I thought driving to Del Mar was far from. So driving from LA to get your treatments, it's like we're really lucky to have something like this. Is the only thing like this in East County that I know of.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
I
I
think
feel
it's
very fortunate to be here. Like, I'm from Northern California. I'm
mhm,
born and raised in California. My husband and I are the last ones here in California. Everyone's left.
left. Yeah.
But we just both feel really like fortunate and lucky to be in San Diego.
Hmm.
And as hard as it can be sometimes with like the cost of living
Yeah.
and like political stuff, we just really love San Diego, and I feel
Yeah.
very fortunate to be in East County. It's like its own little gem.
I have one last question for
Yeah.
you. What's your favorite treatment? Like, what's your favorite thing to do?
I would say Morpheus 8
Okay, tell us
microneedling.
what that is. Microneedling?
Yeah, so it's my favorite combination. So I use two machines. Morpheus 8's like microneedling with radio frequency. So it's tightening and it's helping with collagenesis. So
Okay.
it's going to help with like anti-aging and just making your skin look great, cell turnover, nice like contouring along like the jawline,
Yeah.
and just it's like my favorite.
Is it your favorite because you like to see the outcome or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so rewarding. And then I do the Ultra on top of it. So
Uh-huh.
it's a Lays MD Ultra, and that helps with hyperpigmentation and skin
Uh-huh.
texture. So I definitely love specializing in like acne and scarring, and just everyone can tell that their skin looks impactfully better after doing like a series of Morpheus 8 and Ultra. So it
Oh,
is my favorite.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, I gotta come in and check out the new
Yeah, I would
office,
love
and
that.
I just wanted to personally thank you for what you're doing. I feel like
Thank you.
what you do isn't just surface; it's like deep rooted stuff, and it's to the core. And I feel like I said, I feel like lucky to have you in
Oh,
East
thank
County.
you.
So
Thank
keep
you.
doing what you're doing. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so
Yeah.
much. All right, thank you all so much for watching Discover East County. We'll see you next time.